Hello and welcome. I use this nice sage sometimes when I do dowsing, and when I do this sort of protection, it adds to the accuracy and also the high spiritual approach that must be used in dowsing. I have this really neat pendulum, and we're going to discuss the debate, and I'm going to do this quickly. Uh, we're going to say, how is Clinton and Trump going to do in the third debate? I don't even know where it is. I think it's New Orleans. So just let's take a look and say, am I connected? Yes, I'm connected. Okay. Is debate going to take place? Is it going to take place? Yes. Is it going to be more fair towards Trump than the first two? Yes. Okay. Could you rate how Hillary is going to do? Today, this is a 0. So this is neutral, an average debate for her. How is she going to do? She's not going to do well. She's going to do, again, almost equivalent to her debate last time. Maybe, okay? And this is perceived by the audience, all right? That's what I'm measuring. How she's going to do and how it's going to be perceived, not how it's perceived by the networks. And she's minus 70%, maybe even more, minus 80%. That's really, she's not going to do well. Okay, thank you. Let's go back to neutral. Could you, Donald Trump, his average debate, and how is he going to do compared to that? And how they compare to each other? He's going to knock it out of the ballpark. I would say plus 80. So they're going to have, and when you compare and contrast the two, it's going to be, and will this influence the outcome of the election? Yes. And that's it. Okay, that's all I wanted to do. I debated. I did a dowsing a while back on. I actually did a video a couple days ago. It was 20 minutes long, and my dowsing told me not to put it up. The reason is when you get too involved in the politics, it kind of sucks you into a different world. You know what I mean? But I can observe it from the outside and not get influenced too much, and I shouldn't get and a lot of metaphysical people will tell you that you shouldn't get involved in the karma. The issue we have right now is it's not Trump per se. He was elected or selected from the universe to come in and play this white knight to take down this evil paradigm, and it's going to be really hard. The evil paradigm is fighting back with all the power they have. This is very, very important to them. So they need Hillary to stay there. They can't have somebody walking around saying, I'm going to investigate this, I'm going to investigate that. It's a very dangerous situation, quite frankly. But if he wants to do it, fine. That's who he is. They're throwing all this past stuff about who he is. It's actually wrong. But Trump sees himself as a gentleman. You saw that? He went to a fine school. He thinks of himself as, part of the aristocracy to lead, in Plato's Republic. But he has this rough edge. Where did this rough edge came from? Well, he started off as a kid. He went with his father to construction sites. He's been a contractor essentially all his life. The construction industry, if you ever walked on a construction site, and when I was in college, I actually worked, as a laborer, and it's pretty lethal, how they talk. And you do it because you get injured a lot on the construction site. There's a lot of things that can go wrong, and it's pretty crude. And they expect everybody to know what they're doing. There's nothing like an amateur on the construction site. You don't see women on the construction site, even though they like to pretend they're out there. There's not that many. They could be the contractor, let's say. I know women who become contractors. But in general, all the worker bees are men. It pays relatively well most of the time. But a lot of injuries occur. It's hard work, and they swear a lot, and it's really crude. And, that's a background of Trump. You really don't understand. The public doesn't understand it. So, and when he goes out there and speaks sometime, he forgets that he's not on a construction site. He's filled with a bunch of millennials or snowflakes or whatever. Anyway, I think it's interesting. He has that persona. He has been selected by the divine to go do this job. Whether he wins or not, it's possible he doesn't win. Okay? I mean, this is a probability of 95% he wins. But they can just hire an F-15. I don't know, to go after him. His businesses are getting hit. He's being boycotted at a lot of his hotels. I mean, he's doing a big sacrifice here, but he genuinely thinks he's going to save the country with his programs. He thinks everybody's ripping it off. I did Dow's, for example. The Pentagon budget is 50% corrupt. You can actually, if you could take the corruption out of the Pentagon, you save 50%. Everybody's feeding at the federal trough. And this is something that needs to be, if you can't reform it, it'll just collapse. I mean, those are the two options where we're at. So he's going to win the debate. He's going to win the election. All right. And if he does it, when you go up into the future, Hillary's economy, even though she probably doesn't live that long after she's president, her economy, the U.S. economy, just goes totally in the tank. It'll shrink by 35% fairly fast. If Trump is elected, the Dow shows it goes up. Now, we'll be in a stagnant time for a while, regardless, and then I think it goes up. I'm really not going to get involved in that too much, but it's roughly her influence on the economy is negative, big time, and Trump is positive. But sometimes the positive, will it be enough to overcome this crisis state we are in? I don't know. It's pretty much our best shot, and it's a time for the country to really see that. So you are responsible for your vote. I'm just telling you, this is an observation from another perspective, actually from the divine. I'm just telling you. And if you can't feel that, if you can't discern that they're using this rough man to lead the charge against this darkness, you have to make a decision and feel it for yourself. No one else can do that for you. And then when you die and get to the other side, you can see it all. All right. Thank you. And as I said, I think Trump will win. It'll be a big, big upset. And on the psychology of the country and on the world, I got in my tarot deck. I got what's that one? I forget. The lightning. Oh, whatever. I can't remember my cards. I'm sorry. Thunder. The Tower. The Tower. The Tower. It's really a powerful, and it breaks down the paradigm. That's what it's about. And I think they're going to resist him even after he wins. It's going to be a colossal battle. And good luck. I just wanted to say that, and think positive, and thinking is very important. All right, how you think, that is.